we saw a bank game earlier this week on during the LATAM play days. And that went really, really back and forth. That came down to the wire. And there was a lot of staff area and open area use as far as that bomb site's concerned. I doubt we'll see that much here, although maybe Mouz have a few aces up the sleeve. And Nomad will be the first ban coming out from Mouz, and that'll be LeStream to ban 2 ops consecutively. Their attacker ban will be a Ying, unsurprisingly, following suit with the majority of EU this season.
Well, 2 defensive operators, I guess, are Mira, and in this case, I think it would be more Echo.
Yeah.
No, because the last ban is Mouz. Mouz would not ban Echo. Valkyrie. This forces Mouse's hand. Do they want to run Shate with the Mira, who's an excellent Mira, by the way? Or do they stick to run the Echo? This actually poses a real question to Mouz, and they're taking their time to figure it out. There you go. What's their decision? Have you locked it in? Show me what you got, Mira. They want to retain the Echo.
Well, that means they'll also have the availability to play Maestro. Strong Maestro team in Mouz. On the defensive side, that trends well, honestly. Those bans trend well. For the defensive side, you lose the Nomad to cut off rotations. You lose the Ying to just obliterate and blind everyone on site. You still have the availability of the Echo and the Maestro, and all you lose is a Valkyrie. Pulse can be an easily interchangeable operator on Bank for Valkyrie, and Wilkie will be playing that, but we're going top floor. CEO as our first defense for Mouz. Bold. 6-pick from Wilkie to a Clash.
The Pulse is the thing to play in the situation. What happens is, for people that are trying to understand the 6th pick and why it exists, in this situation, the Pulse is brought out to try and make LeStream believe that Mouz are starting off downstairs in the basement, which is your usual site to go for. But Mousesports, they're tricky. They switch away to the Clash to play her in the hallway, which is a very powerful position to be in. You give the Maestro long angles, including the Echo as well. In general, very good fake and a very good setup. LeStream are just going to run, though, the double hard breach. Because no hard breacher is banned, you have that flexibility. And that's at least one positive point for you to look at on the attacking end.
I really like the operators that Mouz have selected as far as the top floor defense. You still have 2 ACOGs, and like I said, the Echo and the Maestro. And you've got Wilkie on the Clash, like you said. A huge time delay, a huge utility boon for Mouz to just draw in a lot of utility from the attacking side of LeStream. Make you waste a lot of energy, honestly, just trying to dispatch of Wilkie. No Valkyrie, so they won't have cams outside into these palm trees looking at the North Rappel, but it's like Hicks isn't too concerned with peaks either, as he's getting on a precarious rappel here, one that isn't commonly used, but it will afford at least one angle in towards that front desk office.
Indeed. And the one thing to highlight is that last time both LeStream and back then ENCE, now Mouz, played on Bank, they both played against Secret, and they both beat... Oh, no, actually, no. On Bank specifically, ENCE, now Mouz, played Secret, and that was a 7-3 victory. So, that was pretty effective from them back then. When it comes to LeStream, it has been a while. Last time they played against Chaos in the first half of the season, that was a 7-4 victory, mostly on the attack, so watch out for LeStream's attacking side.
In that case, then, I'm hopeful for Mouz on the defensive side. Wow, a lot of shots rattle off now as that's Slevin on the flank towards server stairs, but he won't connect onto the exothermic charge, and it will detonate onto the far right wall. You've got Rise out in the North Rappel. He's going to have to be very wary of anyone in the main lobby looking to peek him, and that's most likely going to be Slevin. Shate creeping slowly up towards Stock. It doesn't look like anyone from LeStream actually care about Stock. They're all pushing square and windows.
Yeah, Uno's just going to be sitting there on his own, and he's watching the opposite angle. He's looking for any runouts from Janitor, trying to blindside the Clash there, and Shate is going to fall back, not wanting to engage, having no information on Uno's position, as a lot of times when the Valkyrie is available, you'll see a camera being set inside of trading. Just because there's a few places to kind of really hide it. And if you look back at the Latin America games, there were a couple positions that were shown there, and they were pretty darn good. They're very difficult to deal with. Bit of damage done here to Rise, and a bit more to Alfama as the Maestro is prone on the ground. Alfama will open up the opposite end as Rise will just try to stun lock players in the back. Hicks with a beautiful flank here. Sleben's going to try to shut him down on the Bandit. Still not moving up. Oh no, the Habana looking the other way. Sleben takes Hicks off of his position. Gomfi and Boonsey with another one. Shotgun rattling as Aces will find one. Wilkie, the SBS MG, leaving only Aces alive. This is going to have to do quite a bit with so little health left. You're not going to do much in Sleben. Bit of a victory dance here. It's going to be more than enough to lock it down. Excellently done by Mousesports. There you go.
Beautiful play there from Sleben, laying prone, waiting for that flank from Hicks, and then it all descends into anarchy as soon as LeStream try to push into the site. Just too much plant denial, and that clash never really being a primary target for LeStream to deal with. Sent in a couple of concussion mines from the lifeline of the Zofia, but that was about it. They didn't really do much to try and cordon her off on multiple angles or crossfires, and Wilkie had a free passage, basically, in through the objective up to those breach holes to stall out the aggression there from LeStream. And we talked about time management for Na'Vi. Same kind of scenario here in this game number 4. Time management there for LeStream. It came down to the wire. There's limited time remaining, and they just had to all commit to sending it in through those breach holes, and it didn't really work out for them. So, like I said, I wanted to see a good start from Mouz on the defense. They start off well on their top floor defense, and now they're avoiding to go downstairs, even with all this plant denial. They're going to head to Teller's Archives as their secondary site.
And it's a comfy site for them as well. I mean, look at Wilkie's history around this map. He's been fairly comfortable with not only playing the site, but also playing the Pulse specifically. We should be seeing more of that, that's for sure. But one thing to highlight as well is LeStream's inability to have both Uno and Aces really show up in the previous round. These are the two players, two operators that are really looking to find some entries, find some frags for you in the round, and they just could not get anything out of it. Again, Uno not too long ago played on Mousesports, back then known as NC Sports. And he might know a thing or two about the way that they set things up here, but Wilkie recently becoming a full-time professional player might have some sort of bonus.
Just being able to devote that much time sure will help with Mouse's run here as they try to survive, possibly falling to a relegation spot inside of the Pro League standings for Season 9. And honestly, at this point, like we said, for Mouz and a lot of teams around the Pro League in multiple regions now, it's not about land. You sacrificed that, you had a poor enough start that you're out of it now, you're not in the conversation for Milan. Get to Season 10. That is what the big concern is now, and staying out of that relegation spot is the top priority for a lot of teams. So we're going to be seeing a lot of desperate battles and a lot of desperate gameplay from a lot of teams in those precarious positions where they might be on the verge of slipping into that very non-coveted 8 spot.
Yeah, and the thing is, EU Challenger League is a pretty difficult thing to go through as well. It's not a breeze, it's not a cakewalk, and for people that do watch CL in general, but specifically EUCL, they'll know exactly what I mean. A lot of teams that really are hungry for that spot. Grenade in the back, Aces will connect, shot data go down, and Sleben teched fairly low, but he'll be able to find the headshot. Eliminate Hicks, the second one from Boonsey. Zalfama taken away, and it's good to see Boonsey racking up some frags on the board, as a lot of times it's a bit of a struggle from the Finns' end. So, 4v3 advantage in HP and in manpower for Mousesports.
It's going to have to again come down to the site collapse and the dying moments of the round here for LeStream. They haven't really done enough to clear out the popular anchor positions. A wide peek there from Wilkie, just surrendering his life to a double position, and now Sleben at the top of square stairs. Sorry, that's Gomfi. Rise will take him down, so a man advantage now at the disadvantage from Mousesports. Smokes will come raining in on all the possible entryways into Archives. Again, stalling out LeStream, and be a last-second dash into the objective as Boonsey and Sleben stack up on one another. They've already utilized all 3 stim pistols. The diffuser being traded off out of Uno's hands, and now it's Aces coming in for a flank. Oh, but he gets cut down through a nice kill hole there from Boonsey, but Uno is able to drop Sleben. Another one collected for Boonsey, down to a 1v1 up against Rise. 100 HP on each side. No diffuser in the control of Rise, and now as he turns the corner, Booncy wins it out. The 1v3 smoke clutch, and that's Mouz taking round number 2 in a convincing fashion. Not as convincing as last time, but Booncy putting on a star performance.
Respect your OGs, and Booncy's definitely one of those. Ever since day one, not only in the game, but also specifically on Smoke. One of the best smokes in the history of EU Siege. And there you go. Having had the past few weeks kind of not showing up, I think he just doubled his kills over the past 2 or 3 weeks.
Booncy's had a rough ride the last few weeks, that is for sure. But the entire team of Mouz have, to be honest.
Yeah, very true.
It's been a situation where either Gomfi's fragging out and there's no one helping, or Sleben is having a decent game, but the depth isn't quite there and they're losing rounds in the dying moments. Very close games for Mouz, at least a close game last week against Chaos. That was a closer game compared to the 7-2 losses they've had.
7-5 at least, but it's something.
But like I said, Mouz have had a tough run of things since coming back from the break. They weren't at the 6 Invitational, so they had a lot of time to try and slow things down and regroup. And honestly, it was even before the break for the 6 Invitational that some problems were starting to show for Mouz back when they were Ents, and it seems those problems have carried over. But in our last game of the evening and in game number 10 on the season for Mouz, things are finally starting to look up.
All right, Mouz with now the ability to go back down. They've kind of went through the two sites, the first 2 sites, and CEO and oh no, Shate, not again. They went through CEO, they went through Tellers, now they go down to the basement. Your standard site. Shate waiting for the time here, but he'll be spotted. He'll have to fall back. Just keep himself alive. Barbed wire set right on the entrance here to slow down any enemy activity. And late round rotations into Garage have been very, very common and very effective when pushing that basement.
Could be a top-down clear here from LeStream. Pretty prototypical for Bank. Nothing really out of the norm, and as compared to the last few Bank games we've seen lately, at least the ones that we've casted, no roaming coming out from the defending side while defending the basement. Honestly, a good thing.
Yes.
Considering the number of times we've seen roamers get cut down and cordoned off by a decent roam clear, even without a Jackal. You know, LeStream is not banned out; they're just not electing to bring it. And honestly, I don't think it would help them much on this specific round, considering there's no stretch from Mouz as far as map control is concerned. But it's an important note to have as to why Mouz might be playing reserved and hunched up on the objective is because there is a Jackal still in play. You always have to be wary of that on Bank.
And on top of that, I mean, just being comfortable playing the Pulse, and Wookie definitely is comfortable on the Operator, means you don't have... Oh, no. Slapban! Slapban! Oh my god, no. He'll be eliminated here. These extra holes open up on the side by the Habana. Straight from the server. A position you don't actually see used that often anymore. Free kill given away here for this team. The second set of feet spotted, even with the pizza gear. Booncy's now dropped to around 40% HP. When I'm scanning around to see any sort of utility that's placed in and around the site that would disrupt their droning. And he spots the Pulse on the other side, and that's already a bit of information that is well known by this team. They'll have to time things here to go for the plan. They'll have to definitely bait out utility. Here's the first smoke coming out. Alfama will have to fall back. Free fire from Hicks as drops down to the floor. Uno opening an extra angle to deal with the final rotation of the smoke here, but Booncy stays put, at least for now.
Yeah, Wilkie's still calling for plants as one smoke canister remaining as Alfama sticking down this plant. Here comes a Nitro Sally, gets snagged out of midair. Alfama gets the plant down, or right after Wilkie is able to take him down. Aces will take down Gomfi. There's a bit of a flank happening. Booncy is downed. Booncy will now be revived by Wilkie inside of the red hallway. It's a 4v3 post-plant situation as they try and battle their way out of the red hallway. All 3 members trying to collapse onto the objective, but all the angles being held properly by LeStream here. Shate will fall, leaving the 2 injured members of Mouz left alive to try and struggle, and it'll be Uno collecting both of them. Booncy and Wilkie will both fall in tandem, and that is LeStream picking up their first round of the evening. Well-executed attack there, and honestly, that Nitro Cell doesn't get shot out of midair. That's an entirely different round.
Exactly. Would have stopped the diffuser plant right then and there. And you could see the Habana looking for the shot, the hitbox to kind of hit that C4 out of midair. Wonderful shot. Allows LeStream to put up the first round of the board. Oddly enough, on the site that is the most difficult for the attackers to kind of take control of without even going for a late round garage flank. That is pretty impressive. That's at Exec Lounge and CEO are going to be the 2 bits of the site that Mousesports will go for. Aces flashing the Monty, then going for a Blackbeard. So, what's the fix for this thing? Like, okay, you know what? We couldn't shut down any players in the back. That's how they were able to shoot us the whole time. So what are we going to do? Bring literally the best operator to just hold angles. Blackbeard.
And I imagine Ace's priority here will be window repels. Strength of Blackbeard, but also, again, to try and establish a crossfire onto Wilkie. That clash was a big problem the last time LeStream attacked this site, and I imagine they're anticipating Mouse returning to their primary objective where they won so handedly. I imagine they'll also be anticipating a replication of the strat, which is Wilkie bringing that clash and maneuvering through the objective. We anticipated that Wilkie would be positioned out inside of that stock hallway, but Wilkie was taking engagements right up against the windows and wasn't really afraid to whip out the SMG9 to take engagements, so a note of caution for LeStream to be had in this round. What? Team damage done as they open up
Please don't.
a rotational hole into that front desk room, so Shate, about 90. It ain't the end of the world. It's much better than what we saw on Wednesday.
Oh, no. That was 3 people tagged. That's like 80 HP taken away with the worm grenade. Oh, man. But I wonder where they opened up that specific angle for rotations. It's not really your usual thing to see a Maestro rotating from there. Especially when there's no oh, no. Wilkie taken away almost immediately. And for me, it's like, well, you don't even have a castle to try and lock down other angles to allow the Maestro to run that way. Barricades are not going to save you. Barricades do not work that way.
Uno heading up to the south stairs skylight is now Mouse have lost one of their most dangerous weapons, and the fact that it wasn't even a gun. It was the shield. Wilkie's clash will be dispatched of, and now exothermic charges coming out onto the walls. Aces on the rappel outside still as the Blackbeard will pop the window and anticipate the most common position here of Gomfi as he looks like he might have been able to spot the leg there for a moment, but will fall off the rappel, most likely in fear of a call coming out. And there we go. He can spot the foot, and he's tapping him down. Gomfi now injured inside of the connecting desk room, and this will most likely just be a bait for anyone to try and come back and revive him, as this is Gomfi sent to the wind. Alfama, in turn, though, has been downed outside of the wall. Not sure if that was Slevin again with that server stairs flank he had attempted the last time around. There's Boonsy taking a lot of damage as well inside of the janitor closet. Aces having dominant control. It's the Blackbeard on the north rappel.
Pre-firing the back, just to be sure. Trying to use Gomfi still as bait, as you mentioned, and will be successful. Shate will bite. Aces is going to hit C4 from below, though from Slevin can be detrimental here. And Boonsy will peek and find Rise. So little HP left, but Aces will take away Gomfi. That's the one player that was set on the floor for pretty much the entire round at this point now. And the diffuser from Alfama can just be ferried into the site with no worries, really. There's only Boonsy left. He's a bit far away, all set on his own. A janitor, C4 thrown up and will not connect, actually. Boonsy is taken away by Aces, who's doing a ton of work here. Slevin moves away. He'll find the kill on Aces finally, but at what cost? There's little HP left, and every single angle and rifle is going to be trailed on you. Even a player on the rappel. They don't have to peek you. You're the one that has to do it, and so tunnel vision. They'll walk into the Claymore. That'll be the round done and dusted. Beep. I love that tick before it blows up. It's hilarious. Unless it's killing me, then it's not.
Well, that's LeStream storming back with 2 successful attacking rounds. So now the final 2 rounds in the first half will be up for grabs, and it's Mouse going downstairs back to lockers and CC. Like we said, it kind of came down to a Nitro Cell being shot out of thin air. That was really the difference maker in the last round. And Gomfi switching off the Echo once again as they see the IQ coming out from Uno. Rather consistently, Aces still swapping to the Blackbeard in the 6-pick. possibly anticipating another top floor defense, but it'll be Mouz going downstairs. The Blackbeard will still be able to hold a lot of well-fashioned angles from inside a server, in through the doorway towards Red Hall, and possibly be the, honestly, the thorn in the side of Boonsy every time he tries to go and throw a Toxic Babe out, or anyone trying to throw a Nitro Cell. Could be Aces laying in wait, waiting to greet him there with that Mark 17 and a face shield in front of him to keep him safe. Evil Eyes last time around were taken care of quite swiftly by Rise with the lifeline, and it'll be up to him again to kind of save that utility. They do have ADSs from Gomfi to try and protect those Evil Eyes momentarily, and Shate as well, only placing one inside the objective, the other one inside of the garage. So if Shate can't come back to try and pick this up and move it back into the site, expect the Evil Eye again in sight to be gone, and then we talk about how much plant denial is on the side of the defenders that's available to them that wasn't banned out. But now you lose the Evil Eyes, so you're down to the Alda as far as utility coming up from Shate. Wilkie's Nitro Cell gets shot out of midair. Like, we're running out of plant denial now on the side of Mouz.
But here's the thing, like, how many times specifically online do you see C4s being shot in midair?
It's getting more common. As the netcode gets better, it is becoming more common.
Netcode better, yay! Oh, run out. The netcode's not going to save you there. Oh, actually it will. Gomfi running away here with his life as a pre-fire from Uno will still not be enough to clean up the Jaeger, who's still there. He's still trying to peek around, and he has both angles to worry about. You know, peek from the IQ. Uno takes a bit more damage, but that's a free kill on Gomfi. Good coordination, at least at some point, take out one of the players, and Rome was not attempted before. Oh, the quick peek! Slubbin, how is he still alive? Uno, what?
So someone urinated in Uno's cornflakes this morning.
He's not happy.
He's not happy. And he's taken out his frustrations on Mouz now, especially after those first two rounds. Uno has come alive, and you talked about the tandem of Uno and Aces being those frag getters for LeStream.
They're there.
2 rounds passed. They didn't do a whole lot. Next 2 rounds, they're pretty dominant. Aces out on that rappel on the north side, and Uno now in round number 5, having a dominant run on a roam clear and now progressing down towards the main stairs. Alfama quickly in, most likely to debate out the pulse. Oh my! They can just barely spot the head. Shot will collect a kill onto Alfama, but Ace's hesitation stopped him from decapitating Shate through this tiny pixel angle.
Oh, this angle has been used a few times before, still being held. The perfect operator to be used here, and oh man, when the Blackbeard loses his rifle shield, it's not great, but Uno made the one set for later rotations. Rise trying to clear out the Evil Eye in the back. Should be enough to clear it there. Quick taps from Shate to find the planter. Nothing will come out of that. There you go, the head peeking out very swiftly in the back. Slubbin finding the C4 to connect onto Rise. Uno might have to come in right at the end. It's just so frustrating right now for Aces on the Blackbeard, especially when he's the one that has to go for the plant and spot it. Shate the quick tap. Where's your shield now? Uno moves in finally, and he finds a free kill on the Maestro. Fortunately, a quick shotgun from Boonsy will down and take him away. Hicks on Boonsy now. 75 HP. Diffuser in the back as Slebin and Wilkie have already rotated to the opposite end and trying to deal with this. Hicks has no idea of what's going on. We'll have to move in on the Habana. 2 angles to watch out for as he picks up the diffuser, goes in for the plant. Is it going to be enough time? No, there's not. And spotted right in front of Wilkie. Taking the kill. Round of 5 will go the way to defense. Mousesports pick up the advantage yet again.
Much better response that time from Mouz, and much better utilization of the plant denial. The C4s connect, and Shate with that beautiful angle. Unable to be shot. Just dancing back and forth either side of those metal bars, and if I'm Aces in that spot, I'm probably screaming a lot of profanity because you're just missing by millimeters, and that was the difference maker on the round. Shate grabbed, I think, 3 on the round? Either 2 or 3 from that position. It's a tough go there for Aces on the Blackbeard that time around, but Uno seems to have come to life as we head into our last defensive round for Mouz and the last attacking round for LeStream. It'll be a Teller's Archives defense once again. The only reason Mouz came in with a win on this site last time was because of Boonsy's miraculous 1v3 clutch on the smoke. We'll see if he'll have to pull off some more heroics in this one, or if Mouz can actually assert some dominance throughout the rest of the map and force LeStream into a hole heading into the second half.
I wonder what they're going to change for this one, because you look at the operators, and we're pretty much looking at the same thing. I mean, Mouz spending out the Mira because they know they want to play both the Echo and the Maestro. It's there. It's a very powerful thing to do, and you look at this, like, huh, maybe Mouz want to really dedicate a lot of players to the top four. Maybe not Gonfi, because he's the prize Echo, but you know, you can play the Doc up with the Maestro, maybe have Wilkie to support from below with the Mute. The big change not having the Pulse or the Clash that was run. But Mouz are really known for their unorthodox strategies. I mean, they ran the Finka how many times on the attack as well? To a fault.
To a fault, indeed. It was actually becoming a problem. But it'll be Mouz right now in their last defensive stand before we see them possibly bring out some more detrimental. Finka and Uno continuing his run from last round will again be the demise of Shate. The Maestro taken out of play within the first 30 seconds of the round. It's a beautiful start for LeStream to look to equalize in this half.
This is with the fire in the back to destroy the Mute Jammers. The reset is going to be a very easy entry here as Rise actually finds a freebie again on the Gonfi this time. Just trying to rotate away. And the Maestro and the Echo were the two roaming. Okay. And Slebin is still left at the top of the stairs with Boonsi opening up an extra angle. You really don't want to chase that drone forever. The Mute of Wilkie is still playing downstairs with the blue stairs. So it's a powerful position, but he wasn't really able to do much previously, and Slebin will at least be forced away, destroying one of Ace's shield, and you can see the power of the Blackbeard, just, of course, by design, being able to tank so much damage.
Yeah, that would have been 3 or 4 headshots there that were just absorbed by Slebin's MP5. And all it costs Ace is a shield. No health exchanged. He's still got a gun to shoot with, and he's back to the same position he was a minute ago. Looks like Rise is about to turn the corner to his immediate demise. No, wow. Slebin drops Rise to 5 HP. But it's Boonsi and Wilkie now. It was a 1v3 for Boonsi. It'll have to be a 2v5 for the duo on the defensive side with the SMG-11s. Wilkie turning the corner with the MP5K, also a curious decision considering the more shotguns we see run on Mute. Wilkie seems to have angled in on one member of the Blackbeard of Aces onto the main stairs, but now Rise taking aim in towards Boonsi on the site. Toxic Babe's a little late as 2 members have crossed him, but he's able to down and finish off 3! Oh my, he's got him down! It's all Uno alone left alive! Vaulting over the banister into the hallway. Outside of the objective, a nitro cell just inches short. And Uno twisting, he's gonna toxic gas at either door. Diffuser is surrendered inside of the objective. Boonsi, the smoke clutch god, round after round on Teller's Archives. He does have a breach hole to push through as well. Flicking back and forth between multiple targets as there's pings coming out and he's turning the corner. Quick peeks that they both lined up now. Vaulting up over the printer and Wilkie will clutch it out. The 2v5 for Wilkie and Boonsi. They said Slebin was the superstar player. Boonsi having a resurgence. It feels like year one all over again. Mouz up 4-2 heading into the half.
It very much does. These are the 2 players that have been around ever since day 1.
Yeah. This is, the only 2 remaining like OG members of Sisu.
Yeah. And you know what they say about your OGs.
You must respect them.
Thank you very much. R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
Okay, that's enough.
It's a great song. It's a great song. And that's definitely going to be the theme song here for Mousesports as they now switch around to their attacking side, a 4-2 advantage. On the defense, it's not unheard of, definitely. They lost 1 defense down in the basement, but you can say unfortunate because C4 got sniped in the air. Sure. But now LeStream have the ability to play the same thing. And last week we talked about how effective Uno was on the Pulse. He doesn't like the UMP, but he's pretty good at it.
And for Mouz, honestly, last week it wasn't their attacks that had issues, it was their defenses. It was Chaos that ran up on the attacking side against Mouz's defense. This time around, 4 rounds of the defense on Bank. It's a pretty even map right now. Bank doesn't really trend one way or another. It's pretty down the middle as far as bias and preference for which side it leans to. And if you're Mouz right now, you got to take, again, you've stolen rounds back that you shouldn't have won. It's be honest, 2v5 there in that situation. Boonsy should never be able to grab that many kills. Same thing with the 1v3, honestly. That was a good pick apart there from LeStream, and Mouz started throwing in that round. They had the man advantage back in round number 2. And they threw it away to a 3v1. Boonsy's able to clutch up twice in a row, and like I said, it can be ugly. Doesn't really matter how you get the rounds and how you get the points in the standings. But it's a void 8-spot territory now for Mouz. It's a void, a relegation spot. You're 1 standing away. You're 2 points away from being in a relegation spot. Get it together. This is looking pretty good as a response. And LeStream, the team in 2nd, who's looking to clinch their spot at Milan. Can't do it this game. They'd have to wait until next game if they got this win. But if you're Chaos and watching this game right now, oh man, you're popping the confetti.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, this team can either tie or lose. Oh, that's great. That's great for us because now next week, I mean, Mouz is gonna play. Mouz is gonna play against Navi, which they'll have to show up if they want to be away from the relegation spots and confirm it. But oh, suddenly LeStream are in a bit of a pickle, and now you can actually advance on top of them if you're Chaos. Because if LeStream win today, and I remind you, if they win today and they win next week, that's it. They're in Milan. It's all done and dusted. The first kill and the second one as well, though, from LeStream with Rise and Uno. Both UMPs rattling out here. The Zofia and the Thatcher taken away. And all of these soft walls being put in play by LeStream. It really does put you off as an attacker. And to give an example, remember Rogue playing on Cafe all the way back in second 6 Invitational where they opened up instead of reinforced. And that's the work that they did. Oh no, Wilkie, the team kill on Shate. Uno remains alive as he falls back. And that's unfortunate. The kill would have had, and here's the second one from Rise. All alone is Sleben. You gotta be more than just a bit more of a good player to do it. You have to have superpowers and none to be found. The 5-7 of Rise will clean things up. This team, flawless.
So for that one there, it was basically just a couple of UMPs downstairs doing all the work. Uno and Rise having a fun time.
The unfortunate T-kill. I mean, it would have been a kill anyway.
It would have been a kill for Uno anyway.
It doesn't matter.
It does nothing.
But they could have gotten at least a frag on Uno after it.
True. Could have at least traded him out. It's a tough spot to be in again for Mouz on that attacking round. I think they were really stymied, like you said, by those soft walls that were opened up. All those angles, all those long corridors that were opened up for LeStream to play off of with the ACOGs in the back made it difficult. And it was a hurdle that Mouz were never really able to overcome. It looked like they were trying to clear out the UMPs from downstairs, and it comes down to gunfights at that point and better positioning. And the cardiac sensor on Uno definitely relaying a lot of information to him and Rise downstairs. So it'll be now Mouz attacking the basement. The stream will like to go downstairs, and Uno has now taken a little bit of prep phase damage. So we're trading mistakes back and forth in prep phase.
That's always a great thing.
Yep.
It's only tiny bit, as we saw the Meister before. So it's not the end of the world. However, I spell another end of the world because I think I ran out of ink in my pen.
Oh no.
Yes, I've been writing so much that I literally have no more ink.
I keep getting yelled at for
not writing anything.
Not writing anything, yeah. I don't have a notebook.
We'll get you one. Don't worry. Huh. Fair enough. I mean, it's either me writing notes or Fabian fanfiction. It's one of the two.
One of the two.
That drained my ink. Specifically from my pen. In this case, Boonsy on the Thatcher. It's landing up to the side of the building here, the bank. Nobody on the maneuver. Leon in the lobby to find the kill, and that's because there's the clash. So it's going to be a pain to deal with. Players in the back as well is here to support. Slowing down Gonfi for a bit, and there's not really much. There you go. You can, if you didn't know, actually, you can disable it, but it's kind of a waste of an EMP because it only takes like a few seconds to be back in action, right?
That's weird. Go ahead.
No, I'm fine. There you go.
No me. No you. No me. Timing the concussion blast with the peak coming in from Wilkie through that electrical closet. Flashbang come out now, and all the smoke's being dumped out by Rise. Try and hold off this aggressive push from Mouz towards the top of the server stairs. Looks like they want to open the hatch too. But you can see Rise getting a little aggressive Whipping up the shotgun, heading all the way to the top of the stairs. He'll fall back now, and oh, they're baiting out the Kaid trick. So Aces is down in server. They keep going back and forth. It's chess match, and right now it's Hicks providing all the calls for Aces to keep deploying those Electro Claws. Boonsy, though, will take down Uno off screen. There goes your Jaeger, and I imagine that was flank potential. Yeah, he died over towards Tellers and Archives. I think that might have actually been down to the vault hatch. Positioned on where that white X was, but again, we have some Kaid tricking the Electro Claws. Aces, just barely in the nick of time, is able to grab that one and aiming in with the DMR shot. He eliminates Gonfi as he tries to push in through the dirt tunnel. Rise wary of his backside now. He still has Hicks covering the top of the stairs, and the hatch is now opened into server, but they weren't able to pop open the hatch into A-bomb.
Would you even be able to save the round at this point? Hicks still standing guard as who will drop. Free kills for Rise. Still in the smoke as he pre-fires one, but Wilkie will push in from below, find both of the players. In a 2v2 situation, 42 seconds left. This advantage that LeStream had, a huge one, suddenly goes away. And now the team is really not sure where the last attacking players will come from. Slebin watching from the top floor, and this should give info. His realistic only position is a drop by the hatch, and the Thermite can't really do anything because of those Electro Claws and what they've been able to do so far, just tricking away at the hatches. Time is ticking. Wilkie has to go for the diffuser plant ASAP, but it does not stick, and it will not. At the end of the round, there you go. Aces from the side with the help of Alfama cleans up Mousesports, and LeStream fight back.
Good recovery there from LeStream, heading into the half down 2 rounds. They pull it right back on the defensive side. 2 consecutive rounds, and now Mouz. Again, almost similar to the storyline of their whole season. They start hot, go on a bit of a run, and then they're trailing off again. Still a 4-4 game, though. You've given yourself a good cushion here if you're Mouz to try and work things out. It would be a Teller's Archives defense coming out from LeStream, and I imagine that's where Mouz are expecting things to head, considering we don't really see a lot of staff and open area play in EU.
No. Secret is one of the teams that plays it semi-consistently on bank. It is part of their rotation, and they actually play it really, really well. They're very impressive in that sort of defense.
Definitely won't be like Latin America on Wednesday, though, where we saw it coming out an inordinate amount from multiple teams, actually, over the last few weeks. Oh, my. Heard someone scream, and I thought we had prep phase damage for the 3rd straight round, but we're safe.
Ah!
Imagine that was just someone throwing an impact nade and screaming at its marvelous explosion and its perfect roundness.
Wouldn't you?
I would.
There you go.
Impact grenades seem pretty
There's a reason why grenades are bad.
Guns are bad, okay?
Yeah. He never wants to go to the range with me.
No.
His guns are bad.
Guns are bad.
Same for grenades. No, grenades are good.
Grenades are good.
Same thing for this team again with that more soft approach to the whole site. That really puts off your opponents. You're like, oh, hey, you have Heart Breach? Yeah. Who cares? It's not like your sledge can do much. In this case, having a Zofia and an Ashe together would be great, but you only have the Zofia. And if you're going to put Gonfi on more like a Windows type of play, which is, yeah, he's here, then I don't know how much work you can actually do. There's a player on the back, a Janitor, but it's not much you can do through that reinforced wall. Drone's going to get thrown in to scan, but Rise has a perfect beat on his opponent's whereabouts.
Drones being sent in, as this isn't even the objective, but it's a war up top and a war of attrition here for LeStream as they try to stall out. The Mute Jammers denying info for as much as possible, and the castle barricades eliminating purview from those north windows. Shate out on the west rappel now, all the way outside of the parking garage. He's wary of anyone trying to flank him through the main lobby. There's an Echo drone from Uno, positioned perfectly to watch every single angle and every position that Shate wants to take in, so everyone on the stream should be safe as long as Uno is communicating those angles properly and no one tries to make a great escape. But this is also a position for Mouz to possibly identify that there's no possible rotation down directly onto the objective, and they might be able to reposition for a direct site push. But as I say that, everyone from the stream starts bailing out. They've done their job. They've killed half the round. They haven't taken anyone down, but nobody on their team has died.
And you can see with the little positioning of every player, of every bit of utility, etc. The amount of work that has been put in by the coaching team and coaching staff at LeStream between Capel and Robs was picked up not too long ago. Wilkie's just going to walk in here and try to find a spot to maybe find a player off of it. I mean, there's not... what do you do against this? I mean, everybody's so far away. A tap through the wall. And Hicks. Wall headshots.
Scanning.
Let's not get into that now, Gassan.
No, I'm fine. Wookie still up top, and the thing is, Mouz can't even afford to use their utility to destroy the castle barricades. They don't even have the time to worry about that. They still haven't opened up the main entrance. They still have not dealt with the Echo, which is actually in a pretty open position, in open area now that you look at it.
Playing off the yokai drones inside of main lobby, so they know that, yes, there is Wilkie. And he'll be taken down by Aces. This is trending towards a third straight defensive round. Sleben, though, on the recovery of the diffuser, will finally look up with that sensor. Rise will claim another victim as he peeks out of the open area doorway and will retreat to safety in tandem with Uno. Alfama removes the head of Sleben with the SMG-11, and suddenly, it's all Gomfi alone. Another peek from Rise coming out of open areas. He collects 2 from the same position, and LeStream with 3 in a row. Mouz trending downward further. Where have I heard this before?
I think from yourself last week.
Yeah. And this week. And the week before.
Well, you weren't casting the week before.
Don't ruin my mood.
Okay.
I was on a run.
Well, Intero probably said it.
Probably.
So you're the same person.
Okay, I'll repeat what I said the first week I was here. Parker can suck it.
That was a great debut.
It was. That was fun.
Why? Fair enough. That's it. 5-4. Advantage for LeStream. They can put a point on the board that's pretty good for them. Honestly, any points on the board are great for LeStream right now. They still would have a headway. I mean, give me a second here to kind of look at them points there. So right now, Chaos are at 18. LeStream are above them at 20. Okay? G2 didn't get anything today, so they're at 16. You get nothing. LeStream tying today would still put them at 21. And if Chaos were to... I mean, if they beat them next week and it's not something like a 7-3, then LeStream still have the tiebreak. They would still be ahead of Chaos because Chaos and LeStream play against one another next week. And last time LeStream played against Chaos, they won 7-4. So the advantage in every way you shift this is for LeStream. Chaos have an opportunity, but they are Mouz's biggest fans right now.
Yeah, for Chaos to be able to have a run, this is going to require a run back from Mouz, and they've dropped 3 consecutive rounds now, and things are starting to slip away. And Sleben, repelled on these north windows, will again have to be one of these important operators, but he's on the opposite side of the map from these Echo drones. It's now Aces on the Echo and Uno on the Maestro, so they've swapped that up a little bit. These Echo drones have been so crucial in relaying all the information to the rest of LeStream on locations of Mouz attackers and where they try to push in from. Window repels are going to have to be dominant here as well. Hopefully it's Gomfi that's going to get under those repels, or maybe Shate as well. But the both of them right now are preoccupied with the front bush.
You see the same position of the Yokai drone. This allows Aces to just feed the info, and Sleben's going to get tapped off. Not that the IQ is dead. That Yokai drone is going to stay there for pretty much the rest of the round. You're not really going to know what's going on, and with all the pings coming out, it's going to be a free kill. Yes, Uno with 1, but Shate on the refrags. Goes up, takes away the barbed wire. This team have to manage their resources and make sure that they don't become too aggressive. So, Boonsi's gonna, Boonsi there is gonna spot the Yokai coming up, and Yokai is gonna get spotted and taken away. Hicks will maneuver himself by the end of the hallway here just to lock things down and make sure that he has a beat on 2 players from Mousesports. Yeah, Wilkie's on the rappel, but that's something that, you know, is great to cut off rotations, but there's a clash, and you have to deal with that somehow.
Oof. Alfama's going to take down Bootsy Rise with dispatch of Wilkie, and we are trending towards now. LeStream have guaranteed themselves yet another point against Mouz. It was a wonderful looking start here from Mouz, up 4-2 heading into the half, but 4 straight rounds for LeStream. They're looking to run it up and lock it up now in round 11, lest we go the distance for the 3rd time this evening. It's match point in favor of LeStream, up 6-4. Mouz are going to have to bring 2 back just to claw 1 point out of this. If not, it'll be LeStream walking away with 3 and propelling themselves 1 win away from locking up a Milan spot and joining Empire.
Again, we'll remind you, Empire are the only team so far qualified. Even with their loss today, it still doesn't change anything.
It's also really impressive to see LeStream's run like this, honestly, just this entire season, when you compare it to their performance at the Six Invitational. I mean, their performance at the Six Invitational was basically like they shouldn't have ever been there. That was disappointing to their fans, and honestly,
they didn't get a single map.
Nope. 2 O's. Thankfully, they didn't get the distinction of being the first team eliminated. That was Ninjas in Pajamas, because they weren't in Group A. But they all got eliminated the same day.
And Rogue got at least 1 map.
Yes.
I remember, who was it? I think Easily and Uno kind of went up to one another at the bar in Montreal, because we're all sitting there, and Easily just looks at us like, loser team, we got kicked out. And then Easily's like, we at least got a map. Like, oh, we didn't even get a map. It's like, we all want to cry, but at the same time, it's like, well, you gotta laugh it off.
Too busy laughing to cry, basically. That's not the same emotion that Mouz are feeling right now. I think they're just simply upset, and it's hard to blame them.
Upsetting.
Don't give me that pouty face. Mouz right now with their backs against the wall, looking to salvage the game. LeStream on the defense to try and lock things out. We saw a defensive control from Mouz, but nothing like this from LeStream. This has been dominating, and it doesn't seem like Mouz has had really any response to the LeStream defense so far. Good spot there, at least onto Elysian Mine, but the Echo drones from... This is the 3rd member of LeStream now to play Echo in this game. It's been Hicks, Aces, and Uno now, all to play Echo. They keep throwing that off to whoever wants it the least, I guess. It's an unfortunate position, but the Echo drones have been instrumental in relaying inordinate amounts of information to the entire team of LeStream. It's been so useful, and it's been a thorn in the side, to say the least, for Mouz.
Oh, Alfama will take so much damage from the top. Finally, we got to see the change of the breaching charge in effect, as now you'll take quite a bit of damage. It's much more directional. Used to be Slevin. Find the first one in Aces, and you said Alfama being solo on HP. This all trends towards Mouz having a pretty huge advantage. How weird is it that teams today have been having a bit of a tough time when it comes to defending one of the simplest sites in general? Specifically here on Bank.
It comes down to the setup. A lot of devotion towards the server stairs was successful for LeStream last time to do this, but now they alter the setup. They alter the ideology of their positioning as well with a 3-floor roam. On Bank, understandable if it's a different site. For Teller's Archives, or sorry, not for Teller's Archives, for CC Lockers, a little questionable. Because if you open up those hatches, you got to rotate down there, and a lot of those hatches are exposed. That's the issue. Your rotational hatches to make it downstairs are pretty out in the open, and that's what we saw with Aces. He tried to make it back down through that vault hatch, got decapitated by Slevin.
Oh,
this seems questionable from Mouz. They're actually extremely low on time. I didn't even realize the clock.
They really need to move through this. They're still watching out here. Actually, with 4 players spotted, this is all telling this team maybe there will be 1 rotation later on, but Alfama can just stay alive and have his teammates lock down that Maestro camera in the back. He'll pre-fire, find the head of 1. That's Boonsy taken away. A rotate away is already Gumphy's down. Slevin will take a lot of damage. Rise with 1. Slevin with a refrags. Rise with a shotgun. Still 1 more diving right on top of him. That's Wilkie trying to save the day. Slevin will get 1 kill on Alfama, but they need to put it down. No time left in round 11 taken for LeStream. That's the round 1. No late round rotations into Garage, and yet another problem for Mouz. A lot of those single position, tunnel vision attacks that failed to capture any sort of momentum that they would have had. LeStream with a 7-4 victory. Rise with 16 kills. Oh my god.
Rise had a day to remember. Mouse on the attacking side have a day to forget. And that is going to wrap it up for EU. We have an interview to do with LeStream in just a moment. About that game, though, that's... Like I said, I wanted a hot start from Mouse. It wasn't even enough. 4-2 split at the half, and they lose 5 in a row. I hate to say it, but it looks like we might be losing Mouse to a relegation spot soon. If the way that Na'Vi were responding to Chaos's early rounds gives me hope that they can kind of piece some things together. It definitely doesn't look like Secret is honestly going to stay down in those relegation spots. So right now with Chaos trending up, Penta doing okay today, getting the win, it looks like it's down to Mouse and Na'Vi to battle it out for the 7 and 8 spots.
That's next
with the way everyone's trending. And yeah, they do play each other next week. Mouse will obviously have the advantage in the standings. They're 2 positions up and I think 5 points total up on Na'Vi. So there's an advantage to be had, and honestly you can lose that game too, but start racking up these L's and it's gonna put you in a hole real quick, especially with everyone below you starting to surpass you, and hard to forget as well that Mouse were a position above where they currently sit just a couple weeks ago.
I mean, Na'Vi Mouse right now, there's only a 3-point difference, and Na'Vi hold the tiebreak 7-3 over Mouse.
Oh, never mind. Yikes.
So Mouse can actually drop off. It all depends on next week. If Na'Vi win, they will have the tiebreak on the equal amount of points. It's pretty crazy to think about it. But with that said, let's get ourselves a quick interview here with LeStream's rep. We'll be done for the evening. It's Alpha Mao for the evening. Bonsoir.
Yeah.
How are you?
Hello. I'm fine. A huge game again.
Yeah? Are you right now in the boot camp for LeStream?
Yeah, it did. We're 3 full-time living in Paris, so we always go in boot camp for the polling matches.
Okay, pretty good. So it's like sometimes you'll have Uno and Aces? Or
no, it's more... we have Uno and Crapple there all the time.
Yeah.
We're living together in the house, the LeStream's house. And when we need the boot camps and everything, all the teammates are joining in the house and we hang on and we come here for the boot camp. And this is Uno's arm.
Yeah. Seems like living with Uno is always sounds like a great thing.
Oh yeah, it's a great deal.
Hello,
he's offering me pizzas lots of the time, so it's really good.
With that said, though, plenty of pizzas at the end of your day, I guess, because I mean you suffered quite a bit early on. You know, trying to deal with that defense from Mouz.
But we had all the informations. We had the 5v2, I think, not even a 4v2. It was a 5v2. Bouncy played insanely well. The fact that he was playing both with his gas grenade, we had not that much of time. It was close, and we had to execute really quickly. And at one point, the call was just, we know where they are, and we can't really plan because he has all the grenades. Let's just go for it. Let's kill that guy in Tellers, and then we will go for the plant. And we went for it, and Bouncy went insane and destroyed us.
And to take you back to an earlier part of the game, the operator ban phase specifically, you guys did not ban out the Mira, which is what usually happens. That's what was expected. Was that done deliberately to kind of bait out the
for us to ban Mira? You're saying that for us we would have banned Mira?
No, well, usually teams will ban Mira on the map, right?
Oh yeah.
You didn't. Okay. Was it just to bait it out from your opponents to try and play both the Echo and the Maestro? How is it really played in your mind?
Well, I think in the last practice we did and last week, first we wanted to surprise them. Obviously, Bank is not one of the maps we were playing very often, so we wanted to surprise them. And we were really confident attacking both with Miras and without Mira. And I think we're a really strong team with Miras in defense. So either way, if you start attack side, you will finally go in defense side, and we showed it. We started attack, lost 2-4, and then won all of our defenses. So I think it doesn't matter really.
And the Echo was very important on the defense, I mean, specifically on CEO, where the CEO and Tellers, where you had the Echo yokai drone that was always set inside of the lobby, and it was just giving you information all the time, allowing you to either at least keep track of your opponents or pouncing on top of them and finding kills just left, right, and center. It was definitely something that Mouz were not expecting, as they were mostly playing it slow, trying to get advantage bit by bit, something that LeStream is very well known for there's an advantage, we'll just go for it, and we won't hesitate. It's pretty impressive, to say the least. Watching it from here, the comeback on the defense was pretty darn cool. With that said, Alfama, anything you'd like to say to all the fans out there, LeStream, as you guys are not too far from Milan. If you beat Chaos next week, you qualify for the Pro League Finals.
Yeah, we have 1 win to go, but whatever it takes, 3 matches left, we'll do whatever it takes. Even if we win and qualify for Milan, I think we'll try our best all the time. And it's insane to have the LeStream Esports support from every fans, and it's growing more and more. We're performing better. There is a more and more huge fan base, and it's really cool. And to see new faces, old faces all the time helping us. So yeah, thank you for your support, and obviously thanks for LeStream and the condition we're playing right now.
All right, well, Alfama, merci beaucoup. Please enjoy your evening. I hope Uno brings you as many pizzas as humanly possible. We'll see you next week.
Pizza.
Your match next week against Chaos. That might be your decider to go to Milan. Bonne nuit. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bonne nuit. Au revoir.
Well, not bad.
I know French. I'm Canadian. I was forced to learn it. Hey, it was a fun night, though. It was a very fun night. Honestly, some incredible games back and forth.
Great upsets.
Great upsets in the first half. Great games in the second half, going a little more expected way, I guess you could say. Beautiful night of EU all around. Let's take a look at the standings, though. Recap everything that's happened for you, so you guys don't have to watch 5 hours of VODs. You can just look at the standings. You definitely should watch the VODs. But we see Team Empire still leading the way. They don't come away with the win today. Big upset from Penta.
And for people that ask, like, why does LeStream auto-qualify next week if they beat Chaos? Well, if they beat Chaos, they would be at 26 points. Chaos would still be at 18. There would be 2 more play days. And even if Chaos won both of them and LeStream lost both of them, they would still only be at 24 points, which is not enough to hit the 26. Honestly, even if LeStream tie with Chaos and then Chaos continues on a roll, it would still be a bit of a complicated matter. So with that said, Chaos at 18, G2 at 16, Penta surprising everybody today with 15 points, beating out Empire, and then Mouz with a lonely 10, not too far off for Secret and Na'Vi. Actually, Na'Vi, oh man, it's rough.
It's looking bad for the Germans, unfortunately. Things have just, again, been trending down. And, you know, there was a lot of promise with the new org coming in, and a pretty good group run at SI.
Yes, very true. 2
incredible matches against Liquid. We'll have to see them try and pull things back together, as there's 3 games remaining. We're done week 10.
Oh, week 11.
Is it week 11?
That was last week. Yeah, I'm not, right? It's play day 11.
And math is hard. It's been a long night. We're ready to close it down. 12, 13, and 14. You're right. 3 play days remaining for NA. We'll be back on Monday.
Yeah, with that said, thank you very much for watching. All of us, we love you. Good night. Bye-bye.